You probably clean your kitchen every single day. Yet somehow, it never feels truly clean. The counters look spotless. The sink shines. Everything seems to be in its place. So why does the room still feel busy? Why does cooking sometimes feel exhausting? Before you've even started? Here's the surprising truth. The cleanest kitchens in Japan aren't cleaner because people spend more time scrubbing. They're cleaner because they quietly avoid a handful of habits that most of us repeat every single day, without even noticing. And today, we're uncovering 8 common kitchen habits you should stop doing immediately if you want your kitchen to feel calmer, healthier, and surprisingly more peaceful. Stay until the end. Because habit number 7 is something millions of people believe is completely normal. Yet Japanese homes have quietly avoided it for generations. Once you notice it, you'll never look at your kitchen the same way again. Let's begin. Habit 1. Stop leaving everything on the counter. Walk into most kitchens, and the countertop tells a story. The coffee machine, the toaster, the blender, the knife block, the fruit basket, cooking oils, paper towels, a few unopened packages, maybe yesterday's mail. None of these things seem like clutter, because each one has a purpose. But together, they create something your brain notices long before you do. Visual noise. Researchers have found that every visible object quietly competes for your attention. Your eyes don't simply ignore the extra items. Your brain keeps processing them, even when you're focused on something completely different. That's one reason cooking can sometimes feel strangely overwhelming before you've even turned on the stove. Japanese kitchens follow a very different philosophy. Instead of asking, what can stay on the counter? They ask, what actually needs to stay here? Most appliances are stored after use. Daily tools have designated homes. The countertop becomes open space, not storage space. And something fascinating happens. The room suddenly feels larger, quieter, more peaceful. Not because you bought anything new, but because your brain finally has fewer things demanding its attention. Tonight, try one simple experiment. Remove just 3 items from your countertop. Place them inside a cabinet. Then walk out of the kitchen. Wait a minute. And walk back in. You'll notice something immediately. The kitchen didn't become emptier. It became calmer. Habit 2. Stop keeping expired or just-in-case food. Open almost any kitchen cabinet, and you'll probably find something that should have been thrown away months ago. An old spice you never use. A sauce bottle with only a few drops left. Half-open packets you'll finish someday. A snack that's been sitting there so long you don't even remember buying it. Here's the problem. Every time you open that cabinet, your brain scans every single item. Not consciously, but automatically. The more unnecessary choices your brain sees, the more mental energy it quietly spends. That's one reason making dinner sometimes feels harder than it should. In many Japanese homes, food storage follows one simple rule. If it isn't useful, it doesn't stay. Pantries are intentionally small. Ingredients are rotated regularly. Older items are used first. New purchases never hide what's already there. As a result, nothing gets forgotten. Nothing quietly expires in the back of a shelf. Every cabinet feels lighter, both physically and mentally. Try this today. Open one cabinet. Take out everything. Throw away anything that's expired. Then place back only what truly belongs there. Cooking becomes easier. Because your kitchen is no longer asking you to sort through yesterday's decisions before making today's meal. Habit 3. Stop washing dishes later. Most people tell themselves the same thing. I'll wash them after dinner. Just 5 more minutes. I'll do them tomorrow morning. But tomorrow arrives. And yesterday's dishes are still waiting. Your brain doesn't see a sink full of dishes as dirty plates. It sees unfinished work. Every glance at that sink quietly reminds your mind there's something you still haven't completed. Japanese households often follow a different habit. The kitchen returns to zero before the day ends. The last cup is washed. The sink is rinsed. The counter is wiped. Tomorrow begins with nothing left over from yesterday. That tiny routine creates something much bigger than cleanliness. It creates closure. Imagine waking up, walking into your kitchen, and finding absolutely nothing waiting for you. No guilt. No mess. No unfinished task. Just a fresh beginning. Sometimes peace isn't created by doing more. It's created by leaving less behind. Habit 4. Stop keeping cleaning products where you cook. Open the cabinet under many kitchen sinks, and you'll often find bleach, strong chemical sprays, drain cleaners, and sometimes even food stored nearby. It feels convenient. Everything in one place. But Japanese kitchens are designed around one simple principle: food preparation and chemical storage should never share the same space. Your kitchen isn't just where meals are made. It's where your family breathes, touches surfaces, and prepares food every single day. Many Japanese households keep strong cleaning products in a completely separate storage area, using only mild, food-safe cleaners for everyday kitchen surfaces. The result isn't just a technically cleaner kitchen. It feels safer, more intentional, more trustworthy. Take a minute today. Separate anything chemical from anything edible. You'll instantly create a kitchen that feels healthier without spending a single dollar. Habit 5. Stop buying kitchen gadgets you'll only use once. That avocado slicer, the electric egg cooker, the fancy vegetable cutter, the machine that looked amazing online and hasn't been touched in months. Sound familiar? Every extra gadget quietly steals space, not only in your cabinets, but inside your mind. In Japan, there is a deep respect for craftsmanship, called shokunin. It describes the mastery of a single tool, used with complete attention over many years. Japanese kitchens rarely chase trends. Instead, they invest in a few high-quality tools that perform many different jobs beautifully. One excellent knife, one reliable pan, one durable cutting board. Simple tools, used with care. Before buying your next kitchen gadget, ask yourself one quiet question. Will I still use this 6 months from now? If the answer is no, your kitchen probably doesn't need it. And neither does your mind. Habit 6. Stop letting your refrigerator become invisible. Most people stop seeing what's inside their refrigerator. Food gets pushed to the back. Vegetables disappear inside drawers. Leftovers become mystery containers. Eventually, perfectly good food gets thrown away. Not because it spoiled too quickly, but because nobody remembered it existed. Japanese families often organize their refrigerators so everything is visible at a glance. Transparent containers. Simple categories. Nothing hidden behind something else. Because when food is visible, it gets used. When it gets used, less money is wasted. Less food is thrown away. And cooking becomes much simpler. Tonight. Open your refrigerator. Remove anything expired. Group similar foods together. Move older ingredients to the front. It's remarkable how much calmer your kitchen feels when your refrigerator stops hiding yesterday's decisions. Habit 7. Stop beginning before the space is ready. This is the habit most people never consider. And it may be the quiet reason so many kitchens feel chaotic, even when they've just been cleaned. In Japan, there is an understanding that the mind and the space must be ready together before any task truly begins. Before cooking starts, the counter is cleared. Unnecessary items are moved. The tools being used today are placed where they'll be needed. Everything that belongs to yesterday's meal or tomorrow's plan is removed from sight. The Japanese call this preparation shitajunbi, getting ready before getting started. It isn't about perfection. It's about beginning with clarity. Because cooking in a cluttered space creates a cluttered experience. Even when the food turns out perfectly, the process feels more exhausting than it should. And the meal that follows somehow feels heavier. Try this next time you cook. Before touching a single ingredient, spend 2 minutes preparing the space. Clear what isn't needed. Place what is. Take one slow breath. Then begin. You may be surprised how differently the entire experience feels from the very first moment. Habit 8. Stop treating the kitchen as a place for everything. This is perhaps the most quietly damaging habit on this list, and the one most people have never thought to question. The kitchen in many homes has become a second living room, a home office, an inbox for mail, a charging station, a place where homework happens, and somehow, also the room where food is prepared. Japanese kitchens have one purpose: food. Not because the rules are strict, but because a room that tries to do everything eventually struggles to do anything well. When charging cables live on the counter becomes harder to clean. When mail lives on the table stops feeling like a place for meals. When the kitchen becomes a room for everything, it quietly stops being a room for nourishment. Give your kitchen one job. Move what doesn't belong to food preparation somewhere it actually belongs. Not because minimalism is beautiful, though it often is, but because a kitchen that knows what it's for makes every meal feel slightly more intentional. A kitchen that always feels clean rarely got that way through more cleaning. It got that way through better habits, practiced so consistently that peace simply became the normal feeling of entering the room. Not something achieved once a weekend. Something quietly maintained. One small decision at a time. Which of these 8 habits do you think would make the biggest difference in your own kitchen? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if someone you know is spending their evenings exhausted in a kitchen that never quite feels right, share this with them. Because sometimes the most generous thing you can offer someone is a quieter place to cook.